The US sends Switchblade drones to Ukraine as part of the Biden administration's new $800 million weapons package. The inclusion of the tactical drones, which crash into their targets, represents a new phase of weaponry being sent to Ukraine by the US, which so far has shipped mostly anti-tank and anti-aircraft weapons. The Switchblade is a flying camera robot with an explosive inside. These all-electric machines are weapons that will help find or attack nearby enemies, not faraway ones. The drone is launched from a tube, like a mortar shell. Its real-time GPS guidance allows a service member in the field to fly it until the moment it crashes and explodes into whatever the target might be. Switchblades come in two sizes, the Switchblade 300 and Switchblade 600. Both can be carried by one person, though the weight difference is substantial. A 300 weighs just 5.5 pounds and can fit inside a backpack. The 600 is heavier, with the missile itself weighing 33 pounds and the components needed to transport it much heavier. The Switchblade 300 can hit targets at a range of just over 6 miles and can fly for a total of 15 minutes. The 600 has a range of 25 miles or a flight time of 40 minutes. The Switchblade contains cameras and video from these sensors, as well as GPS information and image processing, is used to guide the Switchblade. The Switchblade is also designed to receive targeting information from other drones, allowing it to follow and find selected targets. That makes it one weapon among many that can be directed against a target with the targeting information provided by other drones. Unlike other drones that are just used for reconnaissance, the Switchblade 300 carries a small explosive payload, the kind most likely used to hit people or unprotected weapons, like a mortar launcher or exposed machine gun emplacement. The larger Switchblade 600, which weighs in at around 50 pounds, is armed with an anti-tank warhead. The company that makes the Switchblade, AeroVironment, describes it as a tactical missile system, which hints at the weird dual roles of the machine. It is both a flying scout and an armed weapon. Formally, this category is called a loitering munition. When the missiles were first proposed and tested, they were commonly referred to as either kamikaze drones or suicide missiles. Popular Science, in its coverage a decade ago, referred to prototype Switchblades as a flying assassin robot and a kamikaze suicide drones. All of those names capture something important about the category. When one of these weapons blows up, it cannot be used again or recovered. Russia has vastly more tanks than Ukraine, but the Turkish-made Bayraktar TB2 unmanned aerial vehicles have helped level the playing field significantly. The not-so-secret weapon has been credited with taking out numerous Russian tanks. The Turkish-made Bayraktar TB2 can reach altitudes of 25,000 feet and fly for 27 continuous hours. Operated remotely from up to 185 miles, each one of the drones is also capable of bearing 4 laser-guided bombs or rockets, for a total payload of some 330 pounds. The Ukrainians may be able to build on their success at targeting Russian armor on the ground by employing even deadlier yet much smaller unmanned aerial vehicles. Last week, the White House announced that an additional 100 tactical unmanned aerial systems. The small Switchblade drones differ from the Bayraktar TB2 or even the US military's long-range Predator drones as they are not armed with a rocket. Rather, the Switchblade can loiter overhead like a traditional drone but then use GPS to guide itself like a missile straight into the target where it can detonate its payload. While they operate in a similar way to unmanned combat aerial vehicles, their self-destructive capabilities are what set them apart. Ukraine has been using Turkish TB2 unmanned aerial vehicles, but so far has not employed loitering munitions. Loitering munitions have seen minimal use so far in the Ukraine crisis, with the only example being Russia using the Zala for surveillance as well as for attacks on soft targets. However, the AeroVironment Switchblade could soon be another weapon in Ukraine's arsenal that would be bad news for the Russian tank. Loitering munitions are also attractive because of their relatively affordable price as well as effectiveness. Each unit costs $6,000. The weapon was first fielded in Afghanistan by U.S. Special Operations Forces, but quickly was picked up by the Army and Marine Corps, who saw value in the light, accurate munition that can help thwart ambushes or take out vehicles.